Let's take our first caller. Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's jump in. Ethan.
You're live.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Ethan.
Congratulations on being the first caller on the first episode
Woo-hoo!
of Skeptic Generation.
Oh my gosh. So nice to hear from you. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I feel honored that, you invited me and I got to be your first call. That is super cool from where I stand.
It's just like old times, you calling into the show.
Yeah.
I know, there was times I actually wanted to call back in to you both, but I'm like, I can't really do that because I talked to you privately and I felt like it was unfair and I don't want to take a spot, take someone else's spot.
Well, we've always got a spot for you.
Yeah, and our friends, getting good lucks and send-offs from our friends is nice. So, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I primarily wanted to do. Wish you both luck. You're both going to kick butt. I don't know if we can swear, so I'll just say
you can swear up, down, and sideways, my friend.
Yeah, we didn't decide that, did we? Yeah.
No.
Kick ass.
Kick ass. Fuck it.
Kick ass. Well, I wish you both the best, and I look forward to seeing the direction of the show, and I'm really excited to be a part of it and help in any way that I can.
Thank you so much. I'm going to pop
Ethan.
you. I'm going to drop you out, but just so people know, Ethan is one of the volunteer call screeners, and Ethan, we love you. Thank you.
Ethan also has a whole YouTube channel umbrella that does a whole bunch of stuff as well, including the hot seat that I host and
I dropped Ethan
produces.
Oh no. Yes, keep telling. Go. Yes.
So that is something that is going to come soon. We're doing one this month as well, I think. Have to double check with Ethan about that one. Let's go to Bree in Iowa.
All right.
Let's talk with Bree. Bree, welcome to the show. Thanks for calling.
Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for being patient. I see you've been on the line for a little bit here.
Yeah.
I got dropped the first time I called, so I had to call back in.
Yeah, we're still figuring out the kinks. But I see here it's your birthday?
Yes.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Bree.
Yeah. So I wanted to thank you for the awesome birthday present.
Oh. Nice. Thank you for calling in. You made our day too.
Definitely. Happy birthday. And I'm
Yep.
We're just so lucky to have the people that we do.
Oh my gosh. This is good. This is really good.
Thank you for calling in, Bree.
Yep. Thanks for taking my call.
Bye.
Who do we want to take next?
All right. I do want to take Helena, because Helena was our first caller who called in, and then we had to restart call-in studio, and so they had to call in again.
From England.
No
my
less.
Goodness.
Oh my goodness. Helena, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for calling.
I'm really happy to have got through.
Oh my gosh. So I see you have a question here.
I do, yeah. I just want to say it's actually my birthday tomorrow, so I feel like there's a birthday
Oh my
thing going
goodness,
on.
birthday
Thank you.
episode. I love it. It's
Early
our
happy
birthday
birthday.
too. Hey, look at that.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to ask, so basically I want to know, what do you do when people are being dishonest in a conversation and trying to pin you to a position you don't actually hold?
You honestly say, I don't hold that position. If you want to have the conversation with someone who has that position, you should find somebody who has that position. If they want to pin you go ahead.
Sorry, I've just had a few debates on Twitter where people are trying to say, no, you hold this position. And, that's not what I've said at all.
Yeah, Twitter debate is a thing. I don't necessarily recommend it, although do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, I think a good way to engage on Twitter is to be super clear and just go back and retweet your tweets and be like, hey, here's what I said. Tell me where I said the thing you're telling me that I said, because then we can address it. But if you're just piling on because I may have a similar opinion to someone else who thinks something different, then that's not fair to me. So calling it out, whether it's on Twitter or in person, and just saying, hey, you're trying to pin me to a position I don't hold, are you listening to me and what I'm saying? If they are not listening, then you have every right to walk away, right? That's not something you are obligated to continue. If you've pointed it out and they've either ignored you pointing it out or they continue to double down, absolutely. The only thing that you need to do at that point is say, well, clearly we are on different pages and you're not interested in listening. So have a good day and peace out.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's that easy. Obviously, I can just remove myself. It's just difficult when obviously people are trying to say you believe something you don't. And it's like, that's quite a personal thing to be accused of.
Absolutely.
Especially when they're trying to play like semantics games with words.
Oh my goodness. That's always a fun thing. But yeah, I think it's easy to say in the moment, like, oh, well, just walk away. But there's always that emotional side of things where you double down and you're like, no, but I need to win this. I need to make my point clear. And
I think it's just trying to, make it clear what position you hold and like attack the position, the one I actually hold, not the one you think I do.
Right. I'm open to criticism if you're talking to me, but if you're not addressing my position, then I'm just role playing here. But yeah, exactly. We're open to being critiqued and we're actually hoping for it on this show, right? Like we definitely want people to call and be like, hey, you said this thing. Here's what I think about it. Cool. We can have that conversation, but we need to establish that we're talking at each other and not past each other first.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's just mainly because I had someone who was trying to say that atheist can only mean one thing. And I was like, but that's not how a lot of people use it. Oh. And their response was, well, my language game is so clear, I don't need to ask them what their definition is.
Oh.
Well, then
And I was like, whoa.
It sounds like they can have that argument in a closet.
Also, this might be a good time to plug the blog, which is something that we are doing as well as a show. We are writing blog posts. And I've actually already put one up on the blog. It's skepticgenerationanswers.com. Definitely not a play on AIG at all. But
we're not planning on leaning into that at any point in the future.
No, certainly not.
No. Class of 2021.
But we are definitely we have a blog post on that, the difference between atheist and agnostic, and can you be both? Do you have to be just one or the other? So I'd go check that out as well. If you go to skepticgeneration.com, there's an option if you go up to the top menu to just hit blog and it'll redirect you right there.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. It's just they kept using the term lack theist rather than atheist.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Very muddled.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, and if it's useful for you, that's cool. But it's difficult to subdivide an already small community into so many different little...
No, this isn't from
Helena. I think what people were saying, we were just that's not what we mean. We personally use it as this.
Yeah, I had a...
so you have to use this other word because this is what that is.
Yeah, there was a debate I was in where this gentleman was like, well, your atheism is actually really stupid because what you're describing is a lack theism. Why don't you stand up and have the guts to say that you believe this, whatever. And it's just like, do I need to have guts to... I think it takes guts to admit that you don't know a thing. To say, I don't know, is not only
I think it
acceptable.
might be the same thread we followed.
Yeah, so I totally get where you're at on that. And if they want to call you a lack theist, a lack theist instead of an atheist, if they want to, score internet points with their friends, cool. That doesn't mean that you need to be there to do it. That doesn't mean that you need to be there for them to score internet points with their friends.
Yeah. Yeah,
because all I said was like what you guys do, and you ask someone's definition of obviously what the term is they believe. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, I believe it to be, I think atheism for me is just a lack of belief. And they're like, no, it can't mean that. And I was like, okay, but...
Can't possibly.
No, of course not.
Yeah, no, like my language game is so strong I don't need to ask. And it's like, but you do if you're going to have an honest conversation. And it just got really frustrating.
Yeah, the honest conversation.
Because I wanted to know what he means and I want to have a actual conversation because some of the other points were quite like interesting. It's like, I can't move past this first one.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's where they get you. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Helena. I love interacting with you on Twitter. And
yeah, thank you. You're always so kind. Both of you, you're also always so great.
We're happy to talk with you.
Take care. Thank you for calling on our first episode.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Bye.